because I got a phone call. Speaking of phone calls, I can't believe it. That's just insane. And also scary. Needless to say, today didn't go as planned, which I probably should have expected. Hey guys, so it is currently November 10th. The last time I wrote anything was on November 7th. And on November 7th, I still didn't write like a full day's worth. I just wrote a little bit. I really needed to get my October reading wrap-up done, and I was so close to getting it done, or at least I thought it was. But basically, on the 7th, I stopped writing early so that I could work on my video. And then on the 8th, I worked on my video the whole time I had after work. I didn't have any time to write. Yesterday, the 9th, I totally could have written, but I was just feeling burnt out and tired and just feeling like I needed a night on like the couch. Right now, I don't have a laptop. I've just been writing on my desktop computer. My laptop that I used all the time died this summer, and I didn't replace it because my sister was getting a new laptop and I basically inherited hers. So I do technically have a laptop, but it's got about like 5 keys on it that don't work. So it's really hard to write on because I'm just missing some important letters like S and W. And so because of that, I don't write on that laptop, and so I'm kind of tied to this computer, and I just needed another night off. I'm sure I'm gonna regret it because at this point I'm really behind on words. And then of course this morning I woke up at like 8:30 and just laid in bed for a couple hours because I don't know about you, but for me the hardest part about starting my day is just like physically getting out of bed. I love to just lay under the covers and be cozy, especially now that it's getting colder. We had a cold front come through last night. So this morning's been a struggle. It is already 10:30. My plan for today, I'm gonna make some coffee, and I wanna alternate between writing for an hour, so like 2 20-minute writing sprints with 10-minute breaks, and editing my vlog from last week so that I can get that up soon-ish. At some point, I do also need to go to my mom's house. She's got some stuff that she wants to give me. She's trying to like clear my stuff out of her house now that I have my own house. I know she wants to give me my wedding dress. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. It's probably just gonna sit in my closet. But if you guys can tell me what you did with your wedding dresses, I would really appreciate it. I have a total of 9,152 words. And at the end of day 9, I was supposed to reach 15,000. So I'm quite behind. I don't know if I'm gonna make it all up this weekend, but I'm definitely gonna try. Okay, that is my current update, and I will check in with you guys in a little bit. Bye. Okay guys, so I am done with my hour sprint. I wasn't timing it exactly because I got a phone call. Speaking of phone calls, here's another one. Okay, that's better. So then I just got a second phone call. But yeah, basically my sprinting was interrupted a couple times, so I ended up just writing sporadically throughout the hour. But I wrote for an hour-ish, and I got to 1,286 words. So pretty happy with that. My daily goal for right now is 1,946. Like that's what I need to write every day for the next 21 days. I plan to write a lot more than that this weekend so that I can get caught up and make that daily goal a lot shorter or smaller. Something that I wanted to show you about this writing sprint is one of the interruptions were my dogs. At some point they needed to go to the bathroom, and then once I sat down after that, they were super needy and they decided they both needed to be in my lap while I was writing. Let me show you. This is my lap right now. I don't have very big of a lap, but they insisted that they were both on it. And for part of while I was writing, which you could kind of see in the clip that I took, was one of my dogs had her head on my wrist. So anytime I needed to use the mouse, I had to like reach over with this hand and use my mouse and then go back to typing because I could not move my right hand or wrist because there was a dog laying on top of it. So I'm gonna stop for now. Justin is almost home with my lunch, and I'm gonna like actually put on real clothes because at this point, what time is it? It is 1:05. The good news about this last sprint, I have passed 10,000 words, which is so exciting. I mean, I should have passed 10,000 words a couple days ago, but we're not gonna talk about that. I'm at a total of 10,438 words right now. I'm going to get dressed, I'm gonna eat when my food gets here, and then I'm not sure what I'm doing after that. I know I need to go to my mom's house at some point today, so I might just do that and get it over with so I can come back and focus on getting stuff done here. So we'll see, and I will let you know. Bye. Hey guys, it is still Saturday, the 10th, and I got back from my mom's house at about like 5:30 or so, and then after I got home, I thought I would run a quick errand to pick up a prescription from the pharmacy, only to get there at 6:03 and to find out that they closed at 6. That was totally my fault. I should have checked before I left. And then once I got back from that, it was like 6:15, and so I actually sat down and did a little bit of video editing, and now it is like 6:57, and my plan is to write at least for an hour, 2 20-minute sprints from 7 to 8, and then I might break and do something else. I've got my coffee, I've got my essential oil blend going, I will be turning on some ambient noise, and let's hope I can do at least another 1,000 words in the sprint. I think I can do that. I don't know if you can tell, but I was crying earlier today. I was listening to my current audiobook, and that was Born a Crime by Trevor Noah. I was on the last chapter, and I'd been putting it off because I knew that the last chapter was going to make me cry, and on the way back from my mom's house, I pretty much spent like 20 minutes of that drive just sobbing because of the book. It was a fantastic memoir. He is such a great storyteller. The reason why I mention this is that like now my eyes are like really sore and I don't really want to be looking at a computer screen, but what are you gonna do? It's Nano, it's time to write. All right, I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, so I wrote for about an hour, so 2 20-minute sprints with a break in between. I did pretty good. So during that time, I wrote 2 different scenes, bringing my hour total to 1,304 words. That's pretty good. I am getting a little bit faster than I was originally. The first few days that I was like timing myself and seeing how many words I could write in 20 minutes, it was around like 400 to 500, and now I'm hitting 600 each sprint a little more consistently. Granted, I'm still in Act 1, and this is still the part of my story that I know the best. I am coming to the end of Act 1. I only have 2 more scenes, so I'm kind of hoping to be able to finish both of those tonight. My current total of words for today is 2,590, bringing my manuscript total to 11,742, which is just kind of insane. I can't believe I have that many words in a book. Like, that's crazy. So I'm going to take between 8 and 9 off of writing. I'm going to eat dinner and probably do a little bit of video editing. And then when 10 o'clock comes around, I'm going to do 1 more sprint tonight. So I will see you in a minute. Before I go eat my dinner, though, look how cute my dogs are. Well, they were both laying down a second ago. Now one of them is wondering what's going on in the kitchen. They're so cute. They love to hang out with me while I write or do anything in this room. They just love those little beds that I got them from Amazon. Chloe, you're so cute. Chloe, it's dark. Chloe, love you. Nico, oh, stretchy stretch. Okay, now time for dinner. Hey guys, so I just got done writing for my 3rd hour of the day, I guess. So I wrote from 9 to 10. I actually wrote a lot in those 2 sprints that I did in that hour. I wrote 1,602 words. It's probably like the best sprint that I've had, or the best 2 sprints that I've had. And that brought me to the end of Act 1. I can't believe it. I finished Act 1. I finished a quarter of my book. Like, that's just insane. And also scary because I kind of know what's going to happen next, but not nearly as well as I have known what has happened so far. So this writing sprint brought me to a total of 4,243 words today, which is definitely the most words that I've written in a day so far during NaNoWriMo. I'm hoping tomorrow maybe I can do even better than that, because if I want to get ahead, I'm going to need to do better than that. So my total word count for the manuscript so far is 13,395. What I needed to get to today to be completely caught up was 16,666. So I'm still about 3,000 short of that. And then tomorrow, what I need to get completely caught up is like 18,333. Man, I just did the math. I don't know if I'm able to do this tomorrow. So to be able to be completely caught up tomorrow, I have to write 4,938 words. So basically I have to have a 5,000 word day, which is only like 1,000 more words than what I did today. I did 4,243 today in 3 hours. So as long as I write for 4 hours tomorrow, I should be able to hit 5,000. I really hope I can do more than that because I want to get a little bit of a cushion. Writing during the week for me has been really hard. Just after work, I'm so brain dead, and I have not yet been successful at waking up and writing before work. If I can do at least this good tomorrow, I'll be close enough to being caught up that as long as I keep up with my daily word count, I should be fine. So I'm really happy with what I did today and how far I come, especially finishing Act 1. Like, that's just mind-blowing and a little scary. That's enough rambling, and I will check in with you guys tomorrow for some more writing sprints. Bye. Hey guys, so day 11 of NaNoWriMo. Today was a Sunday, and I had a lot of plans for today. Needless to say, today didn't go as planned, which I probably should have expected. I was so proud of myself last night for the enormous word count I got in on Saturday, and I was determined to replicate that today. And sadly, that just didn't end up happening. I woke up this morning around like 10:30 and I just felt exhausted. I could not drag myself out of bed. As I've mentioned, I'm not a morning person. Sometimes getting out of bed is really hard. I laid in bed until about 1:30 p.m. just playing on my phone. I watched some YouTube videos, caught up on some booktube, played around on Twitter, typical procrastinating things. What I was kind of struggling with was the fact that my eyes were really sore. I do spend a lot of time on the computer. I'm adding a third activity that involves a lot of screen time, so I think that was part of it. I laid in bed procrastinating until about 1:30, and I ended up deciding, I need a break. So I ended up spending the next couple of hours reading my book from my Kindle, which is a Kindle Paperwhite, so it's not like an LCD screen, much easier on my eyes. And I'm really enjoying the book that I'm reading right now. I'm reading Sawkill Girls by Claire LeGrand, and so I totally got sucked into the story and spent my afternoon reading, and then I took a nap. I napped until about 6. So the first half of my day, writing-wise, was totally shot, but once I got up at like 6:30, I ate dinner, and I was determined to get a good amount of writing in. Although at this point, I was pretty sure I was not having another 4,000 to 5,000 word day. I ended up getting online and joining in with the Word Nerds for their weekly Sunday write-in. So I did that for about an hour, and then I wrote for another hour, hour and a half after that. The last hour of writing was definitely very distracted and disjointed, but I persevered, and I ended up with a, drum roll, total of 2,514 words for today. The last 500 words or so were kind of like pulling teeth, so I'm gonna call it here. Even though I had wanted to write 5,000 words, I am very happy with the fact that I wrote at least half of what I needed to get completely caught up. So last night I finished Act 1 and I started Act 2 today. Even from this beginning part of Act 2, I'm struggling a lot more than I did for Act 1. I just am less sure of the plot points in this part of the story. I'm definitely still feeling like I hate everything that I'm writing. I just feel like it's so stupid, like the story isn't a good story. But I'm going to persevere. I'm going to keep writing. I want to finish this draft and come back to it in January to see if I have anything good in here. So end of day 11, and my total word count is now 15,909. I was very tempted to try and just write another 100 words so I could reach 16,000, but looking at the next scene, I'm just not really sure if what I have planned for that scene is what I really want for that scene. So I'm not going to write it until I have a chance to brainstorm and revisit my outline for Act 2 at least. All right, I think I'm going to do a little bit of video editing before going to bed tonight, and I will check in with you guys tomorrow. Bye. Hey guys, it is Monday the 12th, and I just finished my writing session for today. So before I started writing, I spent about an hour kind of looking at my outline for what was coming up and moving some things around. I did some brainstorming last night before I went to bed and had some new ideas that I wanted to add into my outline. So I did that first, and then I did about 2 hours of writing sprints, 20 minutes and then 10-minute breaks in between. And I got so much done. I wrote a total of 2,571 words, and my daily goal was only 1,785. So I surpassed my daily goal, which was kind of my personal goal. I wanted to make sure I got more than just the minimum that I needed to finish on time. That brings my total up to 18,480. That's so many words. I can't believe I'm so close to 2,000. As far as where I'm at in the story, I just finished up what should be chapter 11 if I'm going by the 9-block 27 chapter outline method, and that is completing the middle chapter of the 4th block in the 9 blocks. I am in a new location right now because I was just feeling so tied down to my desktop that I wanted to go somewhere else. So my husband and I came up with this other setup that I could use when I wanted to. I'm currently in my living room. I took the laptop that we have that has broken keys on the keyboard and hooked it up to the TV in my living room. So I have a huge screen, and then I have a Bluetooth mouse and keyboard that I can use to type on. And I actually really liked it working from the couch. It was kind of cool. Let me turn the camera around and show you. So there's my laptop, and it's hooked up to the TV. And then I have this little desk thing set up with the keyboard and the mouse. And yeah, it was really nice to have a change of scenery and be able to type on this big screen. I think I'm going to try that more often. I also have my 2 doggos, Doggo 1 and Doggo 2, keeping me company while I write. So yeah, I'm going to call it for day 12. I wrote 2,500 words, which is awesome, and hopefully I can keep this up for the rest of the week. I'll check in with you guys tomorrow. Bye. Hey guys, it's Jade. Today is the 14th, a Wednesday. So I did end up taking yesterday, Tuesday off. I watched the bookmarked episode, and it was all about NaNoWriMo. And then once that was over, I could have still written, but I just was not feeling like it. So I took the day off. I'm probably gonna regret that at some point. Anyways, today I'm back on the horse. I just got off of work at 5:30. It is now 5:40. I have a work book club. It's a virtual book club that's meeting at 7:30, so I have exactly 2 hours to get my words in for today. My plan is to do 3 or 4 sprints and see how far I can get. I am back out here in the living room because I liked this setup a lot on Monday, and that's also why the lighting in here is atrocious. All these shadows on my face because all I have is the central fan light above me. But yeah, let's see what I can get done in the next hour and a half to 2 hours. Hey, okay, so it is now 7:20, and I did 3 20-minute sprints and then another 10 minutes of writing because I was close to the end of the scene that I wanted to wrap up before I stopped for the night. I did really good. I wrote 2,154 words in those 3.5 sprints, bringing my total to 20,634 words, which I cannot believe I have over 20,000 words of this book written. I mean, it's still not 50,000, but that is a lot. My goal for today was only 1,855, and I went over that by 300 words, which is awesome. It gives me hope that I'm going to be able to catch up. I know I can catch up. I know I can do this, even though I keep taking days off, which is not good. But as long as I keep going and keep on hitting that minimum goal, I'm gonna be fine. As far as like where I'm at in the story, I just reached the end of part 4. So my next block is like basically the midpoint. I have like 3 chapters with the midpoint being in the middle of those 3 chapters. So I forgot to mention this in my first clip, but yesterday, even though I didn't write, I did take some time to make sure I had this last section of block 4 outlined, and that way today I could just get going with writing. But yeah, I am coming up on the midpoint. It's exciting but also nerve-wracking. I just really don't know how good of a story this is, which is making it hard for me to keep going. I just keep questioning myself, like, why am I even bothering? This story is so stupid. I know that it's gonna need a lot of work afterwards, but I also know that I can't make it better unless it exists. So even if it's bad, I just need to write it. Or at least that is what all of the writing advice out there says, and that's what I'm repeating to myself. There's definitely a lot of like medical stuff and things about what a zombie outbreak will look like as far as timeline that I'm still struggling with. But for now, I'm just taking a stab at the timeline, and if I have to change things later, that's okay, even though it might be a pain in the ass. Alright, I've got book club in like 7 minutes. I need to update my word count on the website and then go get ready for book club. I will talk to you guys tomorrow.